Talk shit, tie flies, talk about whatever. Anyways, so today we are going to tie a big cod fly. It's going to be a wet fly, a real big wet fly, and it's going to be with the 9-0. So I'll show you on obviously the other camera, the 9-0, and then this is an 8-0. So it's a big difference, but we are after big cod tomorrow. So I'm gonna tie a few. We got some. I got some new stuff. So on the past video, I found some Mimi feathers. I don't like buying Mimi feathers because I like to just find them. I like to try to find as much stuff as I can that I can use. So yeah, basically, emu feathers. Gonna be awesome. I got some big fly line. I got some purple hackle feather, purple guff. Everything was on sale, so I was like, why not? Sweet, right on. Let's get tying. And so today, yeah, talk shit type flies. First coffee of the day of the morning. So this right here is very important. This right here allows it to not get snagged up on dumb stuff. I use about 80 pound. And to get it on there it's pretty good. You just gotta kind of adjust it as you tie. I need to get a new vise. As much as I tie flies, I'm surprised I don't get an actual proper vise. Whatever, I make do for what I have. I don't need the newest and greatest of everything, so I hope everyone else is doing good out there. I know I am gonna be doing some cod fly fishing tomorrow, and hopefully, yeah, we'll be making a video out of it. So yeah, so basically when you tie this, just make sure this is facing down or down-ish, because as you drag it, this is going to be a heavy fly using those big dumbbell eyes. As this drags, you want this to hit whatever is going to snag up first. So yeah, so you want that to snag up whatever's gonna hit it first, as long as some point down. This works great though. When I started fly fishing for cod, I back in Canada, I never actually had a lot of flies that had a lot of this stuff. When I came over here, I realized that they use this on some of the flies I'd buy. Some like the few Murray cod fly tying people around that basically would tie flies. Is when I first started when I first started fly fishing for cod, I found that it was only so many people that actually tied flies for cod. So it wasn't just everywhere, you know. So we got that on, and then I just realized after buying it, that's what they implemented, and I was like, sweet, that's good. So we're gonna add some flash to it first. Yeah, not too much, but it is a big fly though too, you know. So yeah, after this video, I'm gonna end up tying I've probably a few flies just to, yeah, I usually put it on just to see where I'm at, because I'll cut it, because if I can get two sessions out of this, that'll be sweet, you know. Yeah. hope everyone out there is fly fishing or tying flies. That's another thing. Tying flies and fly fishing, it's like two different lifestyles, you know. It's like you can intermingle them, but you know, everyone, you need that time in your life, you know. But you can intermingle them. I do. I tie flies and fly fish, obviously, but not everyone does. Some people tie flies more than they fly fish. Some people fly fish more than they tie flies. Yeah, so it's just that mixture of, I do, whenever I can go fly fishing, I'll go fly fishing. I will always pick fly fishing before I tie flies, but I find that if I tie flies for myself, because I'm just like, sweet, I need some more Mercod flies, I don't really feel like spending $20 for one fly. I'll just whip up my own fly that I know it works, and that gets really big, and it's fun, something to do, you know. So oh, that's so good. Good coffee. All right, the emu feathers. So I was out bow hunting the other day, and there's these aren't the greatest emu feathers, but you know what, they are still better than no emu feathers. You can always buy them, BWC flies. They have, they just announced that they have emu feathers back in stock, but I like to find my own emu feathers. I saw it, as I was bow hunting, it's back to the story, saw some emus, ran into the fence, as I was driving by, and I saw a bunch of feathers fly off, so I just picked a bunch up, enough for this fly. And I was like, sweet, I don't need to order emu feathers. So what I do with this is I'm going to use about that much. I don't just tie them all at once on there. I'll kind of place them. You kind of place your feathers, and then when you do that, you kind of get a nicer fly. So however you want your flies, obviously, but and as you do that, you can trim up on feathers, they have like that hard tail or hard end. So and this is gonna get underlayered by some of the feathers, so it don't matter. Like you could do that. You can just use that if you want. I'm gonna use a bunch of them. Make this fly absolutely fat. Oh, this line is just absolutely, this big fish line, 400. Just this line is just amazing for these flies. Yeah. So just remember, you don't want to tie too much where it starts to push it down. Well, it depends on how you want your fly, but I like my feathers to come out more. You know, I don't like my feathers to be pushed down, so you kind of just stop before that curve. And these big hooks too. Look at that, it's beautiful. Right on. Are we gonna do a purple? We're gonna do a purple tail. I'm so excited. I got these on sale, so I don't know. I think I'm gonna tie probably. I'm gonna make these long too. Do the third one on top. A lot of times I'll kind of go to the side, one on each side, and then one on top, and then that kind of covers the generic shape of it, really. Look at that. Yeah, the emu feathers aren't really the best for the, like, because of, they're kind of straggly. They're not the fluffy feathers. But they'll do, and they'll hold up these feathers too. So just remember, when you tie a fly, fish feed up. They definitely don't feed on top of your fly. That's a lie. They can, but generically fish feed up. They don't feed down. So just remember that a lot of times it's the side profile and the bottom profile that matters. The top profile doesn't necessarily matter. When it comes to top profile, it's more for us. It's like when you tie a topwater fly. I'll give you an example. Let's go this one. So this is emu feathers. This is all the emu feathers I found. As you can see, the top of it, and this is a rough popper head. I think I made this one, or yeah, this is just a kind of like an experimental topwater. Anyways, how I made it on top. Fish aren't gonna see this necessarily. You know, but it looks nice to the eye, and I want to cast a nice fly, or a nice looking fly. So a lot of times that's what fish see. That is not what fish see most of the time. But I'll still toss this too. It's still a good fly. Or I'll give it someone else to use when I do fly fish with them. I don't like fuck them over that way, but it's definitely, I ain't gonna give them my really absolute good flies that I wanted, or I've wanted to cast or whatever. Depends who it is. I've sentimental flies that I've had since I was about 8, 9. So as many years of holding on to some of these flies, and I definitely won't just give them to anyone to cast. And they're popper heads that are made out of wood. They're old-fashioned flies, and it's like an actual, yeah, it's a very cool set, hand painted, everything. So right on. All right, let's get some brown, and I'll usually do 3 at once. Yeah, this thread is definitely, so wrap it on there lightly, pull it a bit, so then you kind of just for the distance, and then with that you have 3. You just basically, and basically what this is doing is you're getting, they're not going to see this as much, but this is basically, because you're going to do another layer on top, and it's going to puff out the feathers. So you'll see what I mean in a second. What I'll do, make sure you do not cut just make sure you don't cut the line, because I've actually spent a lot of time on tying, and then you go, oh sweet, I can cut it, and you actually cut the line of it, and then you're like, frick sakes. Actually, I say fuck sakes because I'm usually pissed off, but I'll go fix it or start all over. Yeah, so we're basically what I just did there, just trimming the feathers down, the hard part. See, like that, and then do another. Different layers. So you can do this forever too. Like you can layer these feathers on like a lot. we're definitely not going to do another. Oh, I love this line. It's like heavy fly line, like the thread. Yeah, so tomorrow gonna be fly fishing, and it is gonna be, I think altogether the route I'm gonna do, I think it's 28 Ks, 28 kilometers. So when people go say, oh, fly fishing are for old people, okay, so I'm gonna be hopping over granite, jumping, cruising across the banks, and these banks hold massive granite boulders. You gotta climb, scale up and down the whole time. So it's not as glorious as people make it out to be, like, or like as what they think for like fly fishing. The fly fishing I do is I gotta run all the time to kind of keep somewhat fit, or like my endurance to being able to like travel. And I gotta do that all the time, because if I go back on these, fuck's sakes, oh, these ain't coming out nice, sweet, do one by one. Because if I don't keep my cardio up and I go in and do these 30 Ks, I'm fucking dead. So yeah, I make sure my cardio is up for this, for fly fishing. Like, it's crazy to think that you run or you keep cardio up. And I run with my dog to keep my dog fit too, because he's my little puppy dog. He has oh yeah, by the way guys, my dog has a YouTube channel. I know it's kind of, my wife thinks it's weird. Frick sakes. Yeah, my wife thinks it's weird. I think it's funny. And I think my dog is going to have more subscribers than me. I don't really care about subscribers. Because, well, I think you do, because that means how much your videos are liked. I get that whole shenanigans. But in the end of the day, if I couldn't make videos I wanted, I definitely wouldn't be doing YouTube. There's no way I'd make videos I did not want to make, like a style or whatever. So as long as I get a few people here that enjoy what I'm trying to do here, or like, you know, a tip or whatever, then I'm happy. This is going to be beautiful. Remember guys, take your time when you're cutting that. When you're cutting the feathers off, like I said, you will end up one day, you will end up cutting. You will end up cutting it off, so that is like almost a guarantee. Look at that. Nice and fat. Now it's a dumbbell eye time. I love these eyes. I'm actually excited for this guff. Purple guff on some purple feathers. I think this is actually the first colored guff. No, I had blue before. No, did I? Anyways, I don't get colored guff very often, obviously, because I can't remember if I got one or not. I don't think I did. I might have, but anyways, and this line too, it's a game changer. That's also another word I fucking hate, game changer. Everyone names their new fly game changer. Don't fucking do that. Like, figure something else out of a name, or of something, but don't call all your flies. This isn't a game changer. This is all my, like, I don't have game changers. There's a name to a fly. I hate how everyone calls their up and coming fly game changer. Don't do that. You seem retarded. Just remember, guys, we are gonna be doing, oh yeah, I'm not using that fucking whip. That's a tying whip. I don't do that. I use my fingers and then I cut it and then I guff it. Yeah, but I take my time guffing. I'll do the dab dab, dab dab. I'm so excited. How does this purple look? Well, it looks red to me, but definitely does not look purple. Vehicle. Sorry, guys. I find this stuff's like thicker or something. Okay, we'll do that. You don't necessarily have to, when you put guff on, you don't have to put it all in one go. And sometimes I'll let it sit just so then it kind of molds in a nice way, you know? Ooh. It's kind of like sparkly. The reason why I'm holding it back is I don't want it to shine on any of that stuff. Oh, it's like sparkly. Holy. That's pretty cool. Oh, then it goes away. Yeah. So I'll usually take this off and I'll do the underside of it. And then I'll kind of do the overside of it again. I'll go back on this and I'll just kind of work it. When I put guff on, I make sure it's like good. Cause the last thing I want is like, holy fuck, this shit is Solid Town. I feel like a surgical doctor when it comes to this. Yeah. Yep, 30 Ks, and then I might do a bait fish. I want to bait fish in some of those holes. Because I know there's like 90 plus, like 90 centimeter plus or a meter. I know there's meters there. So, and that's what I'm after. I'm after those big dogs. absolutely beautiful. Yep, after those big dogs, all I want is, so whenever I get my meter and I fly rod, and I know I will one day, whenever that happens, you guys will see a grown man cry, because I will cry. Yeah, I will cry, I will tear up in the video, but when that day comes, and it will, you guys will see a grown man cry. The top again. Oh yeah. At the top. So we can put some eyes on. Just remember guys, use clear guff. You guys can use purple guff if you want, but I'm going to use the clear guff when it comes to putting on, gluing the eyes on, because I don't want these eyes to fall off, because why? Look at this fly. I spent time to do it, and I'm going to what? I'm going to not take that little bit of, oh, these flies are big, eh? Okay. These flies are absolutely ginormous. So these fly eyes are pretty much the size of the eyeball, as you can see, because there's a like a divot you usually put the eyes on, but you can still use this actually. So what you got to do is you just got to put the guff around the edges. Piece by piece, little by little. Yeah, I haven't woke up yet, really. I put some lion's mane in there and sat at the bottom, but whatever. Definitely not my best job, but these eyes need to be used up anyways, so actually shit. Well, they'll work anyways. I think these eyes go from, I think they go on my popper head. No, they don't. Yeah, they're just big eyes. No, they go on some other flies. Definitely a touch too big for this. But there's no written rule when it comes to fly tying, so it doesn't matter. Interesting. But this fly eye will fit in there perfectly. Well, you got one eye that's somewhat good, and then you got the other eye which fits in there like perfect. Make sure when you do it, you take this tool, go around the eye, and then yeah, you make it. Boom, caught that, and then boom. trying to show this camera, so. And then look at that. This is a Murray cod. Look at that beautiful. Look at that beautiful. And I will tell you about this. So, by the way, as you guys know, I bait fish and I'll fish anyway. I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. But anyways, what I want to tell you guys is, as I bait fish, you guys have like metal lead balls you put on the line. You'll put the weight on the line and it kind of slides up and down the line. And over time it will wreck it, and you will pay. Say if you guys are going for heavy fish and the line basically yeah, and if like the line basically will fray over time, but you like if you're buying like 80-pound plus line, like that's expensive. So I actually use these sliders. They go in the line and they hold your I'm just gonna show it to this camera, fuck it. So yeah, sliders go in your line, and it doesn't fray your line, it doesn't fuck your line up. The weights sit on the real nice. They're easy. You can buy them in packs of 15 to 50 or 5. But invest, if you're gonna go bait fishing and you've bait fished quite a bit, invest in these little things, these little sliders. They're like definitely a game changer. But yeah, I had to do that. But they are unreal. So I just wanted to let you guys know, because if you guys do bait fish or whatever, or if you guys are just strictly fly fishing, whatever you feel like. But yeah, invest in these little things. We are going to put this fly to work tomorrow, and hopefully it will crack that meter. I'm just waiting for my first meter. These eyes, I don't know. I guess I've had these eyes for a while, because they're not that appealing. They're not that great, like the look of it. Kind of oily too, you know. Let's dry it off. So what happens is, if you don't, you might have to flash it again, you know, because it gets oily, and then it's just like you flash it, it hardens that top up, whatever. But right now, guys, have fun, fly fish. Hope you learned something. Hope you enjoyed something. But put that there. I'm gonna tie up a bunch more, I think. I might tie up an 8-0, but I do like these 9-0s. They're solid. It's a solid size hook. I actually might use some of this for bait fishing, but right now, guys, peace out, and I'm gonna enjoy my coffee and tie some more flies. Love y'all.